Yeah, and a lot of things that considered para dito sa dalawang teams nito. As we start off with the starters, you don't see Baltazar right now starting for Pampanga. That's one key change. Another one is also Sangalang also is a part of the starters of the Giant Lanterns.
This is definitely a big change. And some changes as well from the Marikina side, as Louis Sangalang just scored inside. Well, Mpbl players who prefer coming off the bench, sabi nga nila, bumabagal din yung laro, no? Kapag nagsisimula kang nanonood. There was a miss by the Shoemasters. Counter turnover. Nice pass from down low onto Azar Ujan. And it's basket and one for him.
Alone, one on a dive and another one on the dunk. Second one, you got to control the boards. Continue with having those offensive rebounds and getting those second chance points in there. And lastly would be transition defense. Marikina is a team that loves to run. You got to go back and stay in front if they're out there in the defensive rebounds. Defense always has to end with a defensive rebound. If you give it up, that second chance points are the other way. And lastly, big makes and make threes. When I say big makes, since Baltazar is actually camping inside the restricted area, he's not closing out to shoot.
That was their 5th turnover already.
Yeah, very quickly them picking up those turnovers. That previous one really didn't have a chance because of the angle wasn't there and the pass was too low. And that's what you want to see on the big man. I mean, you're doing that without Balti on the floor, and do that again when he's inside too.
Great answer on the other end by Archie Concepcion. Scoring opening quarter. Here's our matchup. Joe GDL versus Archie.
Yep.
Joe with a handoff. Azar Ujan. He escapes and passes. Nice confidence level there from Mark Atabay.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the same. Very confidently. You don't have that big guy like Baltazar that would cover that restricted area on that drive underneath.
Nice steal. And a breakaway layup for MJ Garcia.
And boy, MJ
and Mark Atabay. Good hands by Bahio. JB going all the way for 2.
And Virgil's gonna be beat in the open floor.
Straight, hands it off. Mark Atabay. There's the attack. Another great defensive sequence by JB. Tolentino attacks and feeds. Bahio on the reverse. And that's 2 more points for JB.
Bahio's making a good case.
Who came in late to this Giant Lanterns program in the season. 12 all. Baltazar. Lefty layup is good.
Remember that time when we said that the best fast break?
Atabay misses on the other end. Bahio is now playing point guard. JB bumping his way through. Bahio scores. Basket and one.
Boy, 6 straight points for Bahio. He's 3 out of 300 and in fast break.
At tayo, full steam ahead din tayo. Papunta kay Mika Abisamis.
Lack of manpower is, I guess, one of the most obvious problems of the Shoemasters sa series na to. So he adjusted, did some new plays on defense for this. He also made sure he did not only focus on Balti and Encho, which he was able to contain in Game 1.
In that last offensive set, I'm sure it was something that I had to work around on leading up to that missed shot by Barbie Berger. But boy, that middle lane continues to be open, mix.
Grabe daw talaga yung work ethic ni MJ. Jason Strait was fouled. That's 2+1.
I was gonna say I always have had this thing for players who are left.
Down to 6 seconds. MJ Garcia attacking. Garcia turning around. Tough shot. That's short. Put back. Rebouti to beat the buzzer. 1. Can it actually pay off tonight, as now we look at our rebounding story. A +14 for the Giant Lanterns. Joe GDL scores inside.
Sana kung Marikina ka, masasabi mo sana kaya mababa yung rebound.
37% shooting for Marikina as compared to the 55 of Pampanga. Cut there inside. Nice feed. Good finish by JLC.
That was one thing actually they were
just close to 5 assists per game. At some point in the season, he was in the top 10 of the Mpbl in that category, as Ujan, that's Mark Atabay, scores on the mid-range. Well, we do have a handful of players who in the plus-minus, they were in the positive. Which means when they were in the court, Marikina was winning as Baltazar scores inside. But then
in the first match.
And that's after starting this game off the bench.
Right.
10 points, 4 boards now for Balti. Timaho makes that 3.
And boy, Coach Helm is going to need more of that. of Marikina, if I'm not mistaken.
And they made 11 in game number 1. Balti on the pick and roll.
And again, or cutting from the back.
36-22. How about the points in the paint? As Timaho scores in the paint. So it's now 28-10. The scores. But boy, if that happens, can you imagine the excitement for that game, for that series, as Arwin Santos, right on cue, scores on the break.
And boy, that's gonna be a pretty one to see.
Coach Elvis Tolentino, a Kapampangan himself from Lubao, Pampanga, was actually
2-2, similar to how they did. I think that was in the third quarter of the first game. Did a 1-2-2. Once that ball gets on the wing, they try to double. And kita mo buong basket yung tira mo. I guess right now, compared to the first game, they're a little bit more faster on their feet and quicker and having more aggression defensively in this game.
Deo Timaho just made a three-pointer. Backdoor cut on the other end. No basket for Archie. And here come the Shoe Masters. They have the numbers. Gomez Deliano all the way for 2.
Well, I like that Binuya actually
The hops for himself.
Right.
He has been known as a high flyer for most of his life. Here's J.R. Chavez off of the miss. Chavez all the way.
This has got to be the best streak so far in this game para defense.
First 2 points for J.R. Chavez. The lead has been cut down to 13. Apolonio back up. Arwin Santos. That's his second Mpbl three-pointer.
And right now he's shooting 50% from the field. Better decision making for the big men. Again, bigs got to make their shots from the outside if you want to win this game.
Here's Atabay right on cue. And he converts.
And he's been pretty successful on that side of the floor. Twice already he's made those shots. Good at moving without the ball.
The score at halftime is 46-32. Silas Abale, RV Verjay, and Jexter Tolentino. Good block by the Giant Lanterns. Abale against JLC. Silas off of his double cross. He scores.
Well, a little bit more of an open floor.
Garcia against this zone of Marikina. Tolentino working with Balti. Baltazar just towering over everybody from the middle. RV Verjay fires and misses. And now we break down the keys to victory. We update Marikina's list as Neil Tolentino scores basket and 1.
Well, yung Marikina naman on the keys to victory. Yep.
Actually, tama ka dun, Coach Mike, dahil losing streak ang San Juan and then winning streak ang Makati coming into the playoffs.
Right.
John Lloyd Clemente scores inside. Unfortunately for Makati, they gave up that game number 1 to San Juan, and there doesn't seem to be any home court advantage happening for them soon. As Jason Strait. Pero Coach, do you agree? Can you imagine it? Because I can.
Yeah.
The way you angle your fishing rod, it's angling your arms, your wrists. Matatranslate mo talaga yan sa basketball. As sabi, meron kang instincts from basketball that you can translate onto that sport. Even billiards, by the way.
Oh yeah, lalo na yun.
As MJ Garcia makes a three-pointer on the other end. Imagine that. Meron na tayong mangingisda sa ating liga as Chavez converts on the other end. Now we're going back and forth. Well, if you're the Shoe Masters, Deo Timaho on to Mark Atabay, who pulls up and scores.
And so far, that's the thing that's working for Mark Atabay. Medium range jumpers on that base.
Timaho will go to Atabay. Given a bit of space, Atabay gives it up. Chavez has 7 to work with. There's the pull-up and the make for J.R. Chavez.
Si Atabay rin understanding that.
These boards.
Right.
Turnover. Counter steal though. Good hands by JB Bahio. Pass inside. Liwag will finish.
Allen Liwag actually doing a good job. Forceful pa rin itong Pampanga towards that quarter. 59-46. Dito sa Marikina against Pampanga.
Baseline inbound for MJ Garcia. He goes to Arwin Santos, who scores.
Good setup job. Little mini hammer screen right. Outlet pass.
And again, just his mere presence on the court, it motivates his teammates. Nararamdaman ng Marikina yan, ginaganahan yung apat niyang kakampi. As Mark Atabay just made another jump.
Si Mark Atabay is really shooting very well from the field, but so far, can't say the same for RV.
I tell you this though, sabihin natin na hindi man pagpalain ng Marikina sa gabing ito, as Delta Pineda doesn't only involve the Mpbl, it stretches to their teenager programs. Yung mga under-19 teams ni Gob, as RV Berjay just scored for Marikina.
The base and keep that pass really low, madali niya ma-receive yan. The key there is to...
Oh, alley-oop! Nice play to Balti. Sorry to interrupt you right there.
What a good cut, and as simple as it is, alley-oop finish for Balti.
Balti now has 20 points with 8 boards and 4 dimes, as Joe GDL got the steal in the basket on that season already. Berjay misses recovery, and here comes MJ Garcia all the way for 2 points.
Well, MJ got untouched right there, coming from the back of the field.
Chavez misses as well. 3-point shooting has been harsh in this game for Marikina. They're at 2 out of 18. And then, it's an easy 2 on the other end for Arvin Santos.
And you know, if you miss from the outside, gotta make it run on the other end. Exactly yan ang ginawa ngayon ng Marikina with Atabay finishing.
Atabay now has 14 points with 8 rebounds at TL, Jason Strait, and Mark Atabay. Chavez dancing with Arwin. Tough shot on the follow-away. No conversion, but Atabay is there for the cleanup.
You know what made that shot tough? Is si Arvin Santos sinasaran. Switch medyo mahirap na yun eh.
16 points with 9 boards in this game for Atabay. MJ, nice one too.
Gliding in the claim for the 8th final spot.
Sabale all the way for 2 points. Gotta give a big shot. Binuya going left. Balti asking for his teammates to cut. And there's Archie Concepcion who converts.
And that's how they really played Baltazar in the first game. Using him as a hub to facilitate the offense with guys moving around.
Iba rin yung... Well, that's a sorry miss for Jason Strait. And here comes Steve Tolentino on the run with Balti. Alley-oop! It's a Balti jam!
And boy, I guess that's the reason why he was...
Sa akin, assist yun. That might just be a miss, Neil.
Right.
The ball hit the rim.
Yeah.
There's the putback slam.
Really had no intentions of making the layup.
Oh, come on, Neil. So the Pampanga Giant Lanterns will be the first team to advance to the North Division semifinals. And they will wait for the winner between Caloocan and Pasig City. Arvin Santos from downtown.
Oh boy. A slam.
Brainer, folks, our Nexus 88 Gaming player of the game. Sino pa ba? It's the guy who recorded another double-double with 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Well, it's actually just another day in the office, but you know, him coming off the bench and getting a really good flow into today's match, finding teammates, running the open floor, getting rebounds, and finishing with slams towards the end.
What a nice last field goal for this game. A testament before he proceeds to the second round to face either Gabby Espinas or Jason Ballesteros. I'm sure these Giant Lanterns will be scouting as well here in the Caloocan Sports Complex for